Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि बोल। Thank you very much, dear devotees, for giving your valuable association. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anish, for joining. Om Jnanatimirandasya Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Rupaha Kadamayan Tadapi Swapadantikam and one day on Shri Guru Yudapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunatha Sajivam Sadvaitam Savrutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Ashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kada Srivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for giving your association. We'll continue our study from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are studying Srimad Bhagavatam in Canto 1. Study is coming there? No. Okay. Is the TV turned on? Yeah, it is not on. Can you see the plug on that side is pushed inside? Put it out? Yeah, let's see. Okay. Now it should come. So last time we covered till verse number 21. Yes, we stopped at 21. Krishna Vasudeva. So let's further our study. So as always. So whatever presentation that we are going to do, nothing is coming from me. It is all from the scripture and whatever I learned from different acharyas and guru work. So I'll pass on all the credit that comes to these classes to them. And if there is any fault, it will be solely mine. So please forgive me. So with that, we'll begin the study. So, okay, first question. So last time we did some homework. Are we doing it? Very nice. I'm glad. That's very good. This is all our own meditation. See, when we reflect on this in every Sunday, probably we can see what did I learn in the last week. Then suddenly, oh, so many places I was able to see Krishna, so many situations I saw Krishna's hand. And that way, it will help us making more firm faith into the process. And then we can become very stable. Otherwise, people have doubts, right? Initially, when we join Krishna consciousness, we have doubt whether that process will work. This is better or that is better. We start evaluating. Hare Krishna, please come. We keep evaluating all these things. Please come, please come. Hare Krishna, please come. So we all think that. So thank you, Prabhu, for bringing whole family. So I'm very happy to see all of you. Please come. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we will see Krishna's hand in everything around us. Anything and everything. That way, what happens? We will not be envious with anybody. We will not be envious because that is the biggest impediment in our progress in spiritual life. We become envious because that's a quality which Krishna does not accept. Yes. Yes. So if you have to over control senses, then these are the things that will help us. Because sometimes, temptation comes. We want to enjoy. And suddenly some situation happens, then we forget it. Then we should see that Krishna's hand is there. No, Krishna made me forget that temptation. Right? And that way we are saved from doing the sense gratification. So that's where again we can see Krishna saying, oh, thank Krishna, you saved me. Like that. We can see that's how we can see Krishna's hand everywhere. We can see something and we can see, like, we saw last time Guru work, how we are seeing Krishna everywhere. In mouthwash bottle, they are saying, oh, this is unbelievable. When I heard this, I was like, how can we see this? It's impossible. So, but yes, that's how the great Mahabhagavat see Krishna in every situation, either good or bad, and every condition, in everything. That's how our vision can change. Okay, so I'm happy we all are doing some homework. So those who are not there, Canto, you are not there, Vilas, you are missed it. So I'll just give you the quick thing. What we are doing is that we have to make a note every day. I'm putting 3 things, but it can be 3, less, more, whatever it is. We can start with even 1. That what happened today in your whole day, where you saw Krishna's hand in something. As I was giving an example, right? Like you were driving and suddenly somebody passed and you just escaped. Something happened. And then you should feel that, oh, because Krishna's hand, I was saved. Right? Because in Mahabharata, Krishna saved Arjuna like that many times, right? He pushed the earth down so that the Shakti Ban which Karna had sent, it just hit his mukat and nothing else. He was saved. So we can see Krishna's hand in everything. Because we'll see that today. Krishna sees the danger before us. We are ignorant, so we may not see it, but Krishna sees them. To save devotee, Krishna will intervene as a right time. He has done it so many times, and that's what the Kunti's prayer are specifically for. So every day, make a note, like your journal or diary, and write down that what happened in today that I was able to, see Krishna's hand in that situation.
That's what we need to just write. So this is the homework that we are now continuing. So it's just 1 week, you're not lost anything. We can just keep doing this. So by end of the year, we will have like, if everybody writes it, I was just calculating that if we have 20 devotees there, right, then we'll have about 22,000 realization by end of year, 1 year. That's like huge, 22,000. So that's how it is. Okay, so let's begin with the verse. So last time we stopped at verse number 21. Today we'll talk to verse number 24. This is a very beautiful verse. Very, very beautiful. So we can recite. Let's go to verse. Nama Pankajanaabhaya. Nama Pankajamaline. Nama Pankajanetraya. Namaste Pankajangre. Can you please translate?
My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who is always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as the lotus, and whose feet are engraved lotuses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, this is a very beautiful word. There, Srimati Kunti Devi is showing the beauty of Krishna, that everything is lotus. Lotus flower is very beautiful, as we know, right? As you're seeing in this picture, lotus is so beautiful. When Krishna's eyes, Krishna's feet, everything is lotus. Where we see lotus feet, all that. I remember when I was doing a Golden Parikrama, my niece was there with me. She was very young at that time. And if anybody has done Golden Parikrama, the sand is very soft. Very soft. I mean, we cannot imagine it's that soft. So when we are walking, and I was saying, this is so soft. And she was hearing all the katha because, Golden Parikrama could be done in like, couple of hours. But we spend the whole day because at certain spot, Prabhuji will do and then they will explain the katha and then give you the pastime, what happened here. So that way we are relishing the whole thing. And he was speaking lotus feet like that, the whole thing. So now this niece, my niece, she was like 6-7 years, that much, that she was very young at it. And I was telling this is so soft. He says, yes, Mama, this is because so that Krishna's lotus feet will not get hurt. Immediately she said lotus feet. So this is what it is, that it's so soft, it's so beautiful, so pink in color, very beautiful. Hare Krishna, please come. So that's how it is. So here, Srimati Kunti Devi is explaining that everything is Krishna's, all that body is like a lotus. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Now, here, one important point is there, that when we take a darshan of Krishna, when you go to temple, then how we should take darshan, that is also important. We should not start seeing straight on the face. That is not the right way of taking darshan. We should start with the feet. From feet, then go to the thighs, navel, its waist, navel, then chest, and then face. If you see Srimad Bhagavatam, how it is divided, the first 2 cantos are feet, right? And what is the 10th canto? Is the face, right? So how we are studying from feet to face. So same thing. You have to see Krishna when you go in temple. Hare Krishna. No, not face. Go from the feet. And then go up, gradually go up. Look at the beauty. Oh, how nice the piles are. How nice the decoration. How beautiful the tulsi leaf put on his feet looks. And then go up. And then we can see Krishna and say, now that's a beautiful moon-like face. That is how we should take darshan. Now, in this case, Kunti Devi is not talking about Pancha. She is not talking about the lotus feet first. There's a reason, because she's elder, right? She's her aunt. So she doesn't want to embarrass Krishna, saying that, I'm looking at lotus feet and then I'm going to go. So she starts, Namaste Pankaj Nahabhaya. Namo Pankaj Nahabhaya. Means she's starting from the navel and then going up. And then finally she says, Namaste Pankaj Angre. So that is out of respect, saying that I don't want to embarrass Sri Krishna. So I will start from navel and go up, and then, but eventually, lotus feet has to be seen. So she again comes back there. So Prabhupada writes in the purport. Let's read some of the important points here.
So this is the sloka we read every day before reading the Bhagavatam, right?
No, we can read this, yes. We normally, we can sing this. There are many verses. There are in chapter 2, there are many verses that we sing. And these verses also we can sing. This is very beautiful because we are explaining the beauty of Krishna. And Bhagavatam and Krishna are no difference. Both are same. Krishna is a book. Krishna manifested in the book form in Srimad Bhagavatam. That's how it is. So this is what it is. So, and also I see this is a confirmation. See here. In second chapter, how it is being different. So, Bilasu, can you please read the translation?
The process of meditation will begin from the look of faith, the Lord, and progress to his smiling face. The meditation should be concentrated upon the look of faith, then the Lord, and then the fight. And in this way, higher and higher, the more the mind becomes fixed upon the different parts of the lane, one after another, the more the intelligence becomes purified.
This is confirmed in Bhagavatam that how we should take darshan. So, next time whenever we go to temple, whichever vigraha we see, we should start from the feet and go upwards. And appreciate the beauty from there. We should appreciate that how beautiful the decoration is, how beautiful the feet is. That's how we can go up. But normally,
Stand in the faith for it.
then we can meditate in our eyes. We can close our eyes and see it. We can see it that way. Yes.
All the his content, right? They spend so much of time. Who does that? Like, or the priest does that, or
Yeah, priest. So in temple we have got 2, 3 priests, right? They do.
They just walk like and then they will open the.
Yeah, I mean it's like, see, after the Mangala Aarti is done, the curtain gets closed, right? Then they get into the decoration. That can take 2 to 2.5 hours.
Yes.
It's a meditation. For them, it's a meditation. Because with that meditation they are doing, it is not a mechanical work. We should understand that this is not a mechanical thing. And for that you have to be Brahman, you have to be initiated through Brahman Diksha, and then you can get into the altar. But they spend beautiful time because they love it. It's like, mother decorating a child. How much time she spent? Oh, this hair, let me put it like this. No, this hairpin is not working. Let me put this hairpin. How much time mother is spending on the child? So much time, isn't it? Because of what? Love. So its pujari have that same love for the deed. Because in temple, it is not a archa vigraha. It is a prana pratishtha. Means a very proper installation is done where the prana, the life is invoked into the deities through mantras. So these are not ordinary just stone that we see. No. They have prana pratishtha is done. So therefore, those deities worship cannot be stopped. Like in home, it is not a prana pratishtha because we may go out of state, out of country, and then we will not be able to do the puja. We will not be able to feed them. We just leave dry fruits and some water, and then we go away and we come after 1 month. But that is, you cannot do that in temple. We all cannot do that in temple. Because temple is like a big offense. The temple is like a big offense. So therefore, in temple, you have to offer like 6-7 times bhoga. As soon as you wake up Lord at 3:30, you have to offer him something, some sweet, because in the morning, so that Lord wakes up. Then the curtains are open. And then it goes like that. So like 7 different food items have to be given through the day. Then waking up in a proper way, putting him to sleep in a different way. All these things are there. So there are very specific things that you do. Every time you do, there is a mantra, there is a process. The vidhi is there. That what we should do, how we should do. Everything is very nicely explained. So, Hari Bhakti Vilas, there is a book called Hari Bhakti Vilas, in which this process, a very detailed explanation is given for all these points. But yeah, they spend so much time. So, and the evening again, you have to undress, making sure that all the jewelry is gone, because nobody sleeps with jewelry, right? If you're even in Mataji, they're gone for function and all that, they will take out all the jewelry. I mean, they won't sleep with that, regardless of how tired they are, isn't it? They'll put it off. Same thing, Krishna also doesn't sleep. His sleep is like we sleep in pajamas and all that. Krishna will sleep in a very simple dress. So he's called Shayana Darshan, which is very beautiful. Shayana Darshan is very beautiful because Krishna looks very natural. No jewelry. Of course, morning is very opulent. But that's what I was telling you when we went to the Golokananda in North Carolina. The first darshan we took of deity was Shayan Darshan. And they were so youthful and so beautiful. I cannot explain that. They were so beautiful. And we were thinking how beautiful they look. And somehow we got these two pictures from there because we went there, devotee gave it to us. So we had that desire and somehow we got it. So this is how Krishna is so beautiful. Yeah, top. All three were given. Yeah, this is Radha Golokanand in North Carolina. Hillsborough, yes, Hillsborough. Yes, very beautiful. So, yeah, so this is what it is. And here, here also it is mentioned that taking darshan, here we can see that how when we look at the Krishna's face, smiling face especially, and if you see Krishna's face is always smiling, any temple, we have not seen Krishna being frowned or something like that. He's always smiling. So it's there's a lot of lessons to learn from this, that we should also smile all the time. We smile only when there is a picture to be taken. Then we put, plastic smile, they call it, right? They put a smile. And then we just, when somebody comes, we are not happy, but yes, I'm good. Yes, I'm nice. At that time we smile, but that is not a natural smile. It is not a natural smile. So natural smile is what we need to learn to live with. So, yeah. So taking darshan of Lord in the right consciousness could prove to be new high of small devotional life. It could be like very high when you take darshan, because when we take darshan of Krishna, we're saying Krishna is face to face with. It's like we meeting the very senior person in our company. In a sales, they call like elevator pitch. Have you heard elevator pitch word? Yeah. Elevator pitch means you have to communicate your concept or idea in 30 seconds or less. Okay, because suppose you are in an elevator. Now CEO comes into elevator. Now he's in a hurry. In the elevator, everybody is normally silent. Nobody speaks much, right? But then you have that 15, 20, 30 seconds that you have, because by the time you go to second, third floor, and that is gone. And that's the time we have to communicate our idea, our point to him or her. How will we do it? The same thing. We are face to face with Krishna. Now, what should I speak? Sometimes we are face to face and we don't even say anything and we just go. Or we ask something stupid. You have a billionaire standing, the Jagatpati is there, and we are asking, can you give me $100? Something like that. This is what happens to us. This is what we are asking, because we ask for material thing, which is like $100 from a billionaire, something like that. So we should definitely prepare ourselves when we want to go, because I'll tell you, when we were taking Diksha from Maharaj, we were told to prepare. We were rehearsing for weeks that how we should see, how we should accept Mala, all the things we are doing, because we have to be very, gambhir, like, Sita Pragya. We cannot be like laughing and all this, crying, all those emotions we should not show. So we were asked to practice, because first time when we see in the eyes of the Guru, it's like he is seeing our heart through our eyes straight. So we have to practice. So same thing, when we want to go and take darshan, we have to practice. We cannot just go and say, I'm going to take darshan. How much we do preparation for simple meetings that we have in our office? So many dry runs and all these things. All those in company, they know. So what dry run happen when the client is coming? Weeks before we start doing dry runs. The bigger the client, the more the time you spend. Now here the biggest client, Jagatpati. So we will take more time during rehearsals. What I will speak today. And from your heart it will come. So that's how we should take darshan. So this is how it should be all. Okay, next verse. So here now Draupadi Devi is now remembering out of gratitude that how Krishna saved her and her children. So she is showing the gratitude towards Krishna and reminding him that you saved us from this. So again, something that we can learn, that when we meet someone, we should never forget somebody has given some help to us. We should never forget. We should remember that we give, and we should be kritagya. We should be grateful to them. We should be grateful to people who helped us in difficult times, difficult situations. We are hungry and somebody just give us some food. We should remember, we just small things. I'm telling you, this gratitude will come by appreciating small things that happens in life. There are no big events, small things. But somehow our mind is designed in such a way that we are not able to see the small things very clearly. We wait for bigger opportunity. Nothing is bigger. Life is made of these small, but very beautiful things that happens. So, in this specific verse, she is trying to tell that I am more lucky, or I've received more mercy from you than your own mother Devaki. She's telling this. We'll see, but Prabhupada explains that in the purport. So let's recite this word first. Yatha Rishikesh Khalena Devaki Kamsena Rutta Tichiram Shucharpita Vimochita Hamcha Sahatmaja Vibho Tvaya Nathena Muhur Vipadgana.
O Kshetra, Master of the senses and Lord of Lords, you have released your mother, Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envy of King Canto, and me and my children from a series of constant dangers.
So now, question. Why she is saying that she is more fortunate than Devaki? Krishna's own mother. Anybody? At least high level, we all know story of Krishna, right? So why she is saying she is fortunate than Krishna? Than Devaki.
Because he's close to the children.
Huh? Yes, Manu?
Because he's close to them all the time. When they
No, that is,
have,
yeah, but that's association, but there's a real reason, another reason behind that. Yes, you are saying something, Jai Shri Ram?
children.
Okay. And there is 50% answer.
So grandson.
No.
He saved the Vamsa.
No, he saved Vamsa, but look at the difference between Devaki's life and Kunti's life and see how Krishna was more merciful. No, always with her, that's fine. But here, look at this. Here, please read the verse that will tell. Me and my children. She's talking specifically about children. So think from that point.
Constant danger she's all the time.
Yeah, that is saved. That is Pandava saved. But what about Devaki? That will come. Krishna could not save the 6 sons of Devaki. They all were killed. But here he saved all the Pandavas. So that is where she is saying, "Arey, you did not help your mother, but you helped me." This is the biggest thing. You see? So that's what she is saying. Okay. So basically we need to understand that Krishna is the real protector. Krishna is the real product. Nobody else can protect. We may have weapons, power, all those things. These are all useless. There's nothing will come to our help when the real problem comes in our life. That's why we have to start seeing Krishna in every situation. That Krishna is the real protector. Krishna is the one who saves me. Because he is really merciful. He is very, very, very merciful. Okay.
So here in purport, Srila Prabhupada writes. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Devaki, the mother of Krishna and sister of King Kamsa, was put into prison along with her husband, Vasudeva. Because the envious king was afraid of being killed by Devaki's eighth son, which is Krishna. He killed all the sons of Devaki who were born before Krishna. But Krishna escaped the danger of child slaughter because he was transferred to the house of Nanda Maharaj, Lord Krishna's foster father. Kunti Devi, along with her children, was also saved from a series of dangers. But Kunti Devi was shown far more favor because Lord Krishna did not save the other children of Devaki, whereas he saved the children of Kunti Devi. So this is what Prabhupada is telling very clearly. Prabhupada is able to go deeper and help us understand why Kunti Devi is giving this prayer, specific thing to Krishna. Now there is a reason Prabhupada is giving. Krishna saved them because of a reason. So here is the reason. Because we should not think Krishna is partial. He did not say, but he did. So we should see why. So now some of may have a question, why he did like that? Then the answer is given by Prabhupada here. Prabhupada says, this was done because Devaki's husband Vasudeva was living, whereas Kunti Devi was a widow. And there was none to help her except Krishna. The conclusion is that Krishna endows more favor to a devotee who is in danger, who is in a greater danger. So now let's take question. Okay. All the kids ready? Okay. All the children, please look at the slide. So question is, which duck will get more food? That's a question. Okay. So once Prabhupada was walking on a pond, and as we see in the pond, when we go, there are ducks. And Prabhupada asked, which duck will get more food? Because as we see, there is a duck food is available. You can buy for like $0.25 or $1, and you can feed it. Like children, like, I want to feed this duck. So question for all the children, which duck will get the more food? Which duck will get more food? What does duck do? How does the duck sound? Quack, quack, right? Yeah. Okay, so which duck will get it? Akshay, what happened? Your sister is not your energy is gone or what? You drawing energy from Abha, it seems. Which duck will get more food? What is that? Yes, the one that quacks more. Quack, 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 quack. And then, okay, he's hungry. Give it to food. That's what. See, look at which duck is quacking. The same duck is getting more food. That's how it is. So what it means that we have to chant more. Yes, we have to chant more. And Krishna, please help. We'll keep chanting. Then Krishna will come. If you say, Krishna, everything is fine, no, okay, fine, you enjoy your life, he will not come. Why will Krishna help somebody who is comfortable? Isn't it? Krishna will help one who is in distress. So many examples. Gajendra in distress, crying Krishna, and so, okay, I'll come. Draupadi crying, Krishna, okay, I'll come. Everywhere Krishna comes where the devotee is in distress and crying. And helplessly crying, not just Krishna, please help me. No, helpless. Krishna, there is nobody other than you. There is nobody other than you who can help me and save me. Please help me. Everybody. All the scriptures say this. So there is a beautiful verse
that Krishna is always ready to help. And Krishna is very merciful. So let's recite these very wonderful words which are written by Rupa Goswami. In the Stavmala. So let us recite very, very beautiful words, dear devotees. Okay? Manasi Jafani Juste Labda Patos Minduste Dibira Gahana Rupe Anta Samsara Kupe Ajita Nikhila Raksha Hetu Muttara Daksha Upanaya Mama Haste Bhakti Rajyum Namaste. Yes, so let's read this translation. Canto, can we read?
Alas, I have fallen into the deep, dark, filthy well of samsara, in which the viper of sex desire dwells. O invincible Lord, the room of devotional service is the cause of universal protection, and is expert at delivering the fallen souls. Please place that robe in my hand. I offer my respectful obeisance up to you.
Hare Krishna. So here, Rupa Goswami is very nicely saying, the Krishna, I have fallen into the dark well of material existence. This material well, we think it's beautiful. No, it is not. It's a dark well. And there is a viper. Viper is a very poisonous snake. Very poisonous. So all my senses are enjoying like a viper snake. They are biting me. But I am still enjoying. So please take me out and throw a rope of what? Bhakti. Bhakti Rajju. Rajju means rope. Bhakti Rajju. So if you have to get out of this material world, the only option is devotional service. Nothing else will work. Bhakti Rajyum Namaste. This is so beautiful verse. Manasi Jafani Juste Labda Patos Minduste Tamira Gihana Rupe Handa Samsara Rupe Ajita Nikhila Raksha Hetu Muttara Daksha Upanaya Mamahaste Bhakti Rajyum Namaste. So Rupa Goswami is telling Krishna, I have fallen in this well, please help me. So therefore we all have to helplessly beg Krishna that Krishna, I have fallen in this well. Can you help me? I want to come out of this. I want to get out of this. I don't want to take another birth. In next birth, I want to be in the Golok. Can you help me? As soon as I leave my body, I want to be with you. I want to serve you. Please help me. So something like that. We have to pray like that. And this is not just one. There's another prayer which comes, you can see this. This comes in Mukundamala Stotra. It is written by King Kulishekara. Kulishekara was a very, very high-class devotee in the south part of India. It's called Alwar. There are 12 Alwar, but he is one of them. And he's so amazingly written. If you read this Mukundamala Stotra, it's very beautiful. There are 51 shlokas in there. 51 shlokas. Prabhupada translated some of them, and then some of them done by the devotees. Again, same thing is mentioned here. So we can read. Rishikesh Prabhu, can you please read this translation?
O Lord, powerful thieves of my purpose have blinded me by stealing my most precious possession, my skill making, and they have thrown me deep into the pitch dark well of illusion. Please, O Lord of Lords, send your hand, save this.
Again, same prayer. I am fallen here. And written at different times, different realization, different very, very. Oh, yes, go ahead. Yeah, if you're learning, please go ahead. You can try. That's okay. This is like a Brahma Samhita. Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajaya. What is that?
He doesn't want to
Oh, that's okay. Andasya merita viveka mahadanasya chaure me. Go ahead, please. Andasya merita viveka mahadanasya chaure prabho balivir indriyana namadeye mohanda kopakahare vinipaditasya devesha dehi krupanasya paravalambam. Please extend your hand and take me out of this way. Same thing again. This is written by Raghunath Das Goswami. Narenji, can you please read?
The highwaymen of lust and his accomplices, greed, etc., have waylaid me and bound my neck with the horrible ropes of sinful activities. Oh, mind, please scream out for help, crying, Oh Krishna, oh killer of Bhakti. I am on the verge of death. If you do this, Krishna, then Krishna will certainly save.
So, Hare Krishna. So very good. What is Raghunath Das Goswami telling mind? What he should do?
Scream.
Scream for whom? Oh Krishna. It's like mind. If you scream Krishna, then Krishna will save you. So you do it. The intelligence is higher than mind. Mind, intelligence, false ego. That's how it is, right? Hierarchy is like that. But unfortunately, intelligence becomes slave of mind. Mind says don't eat. Intelligence says don't eat because it's not good for your health. Mind says tomorrow I will not eat, but today I will eat. Whenever the eating comes, I admire Canto Prabhu, how he has transformed himself. It's a very determined way of looking at life. Amazing. Yeah, he has left it. And for more than a year, he has not been eating. So that's fantastic. So we can learn that similar, determination we can bring in bhakti also. This is great. This is very good. So like that we can give up certain things. So here he's saying this, all these anarthas, greed, lust, anger, all these things are binding us. And we need to get out of this. That is important. So all this is teaching us that we should take shelter of Krishna and cry like a baby who's crying for a food. We say that in a saying there goes, right? Crying baby gets milk, isn't it? Similarly, we should also keep crying. Don't be afraid of crying. Okay, so here, now Draupadi said, you saved me from calamities. You saved me from me and my children. This is we'll talk about that. We'll come. So I'll explain that. So this is the verse where now Kunti Devi is giving more details. See, this is how we should appreciate someone. Appreciate not just, oh, thank you for your help. No, we should say, thank you. Like somebody drops us from temple to here. Thank you for dropping here. Though you had to take, long route, but still you dropped me. So thank you so much. Not just thank you. This is like a drive. We have to go beyond. So here Kunti Devi is teaching us that one. Kunti Devi could have stopped. Oh, you saved me and my children and we are more fortunate than Devaki. That's it. Okay, Haribo. Let's move to next. No, she is now giving details of what all things Krishna helped save. So similarly, when we have to show gratitude to someone, give it details. That you help me with this, and all those things. If somebody brought us some food from when we were sick and they brought some food, we can say, thank you for the nice prasad. No, we can say, oh, this sabji was good. You made so many items. This was very nice. This was good. All this thing, how we can go into detail. That's how the appreciation should happen. But same thing, when it comes to us, we should not expect that. This is how it should be. But that is the difficult part. But we can learn all. We are all in the boat of learning. So, we are all joining the classes of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada will teach us. Yena kena prakarena. Somehow we will be taught. So, okay. So let us read this. So here, Kunti Devi is talking about each and every calamity that, she has been saved from. Okay. Talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's go there. Vishamahagне Purushada Darshanat Athas Sabhaya Vanavasatuchatah. Hrude Maharathastrato Draunyastraschasma Hare Virakshita. Yes, Akshat, you want to read this? Great. Thank you. So here, various points are taken. So Visha Mahagne, poison cake. Asas Savaya is called the vicious assembly where Draupadi Devi was bestowed. So all these things are. So let's talk about each one of them. So now we'll talk about this. So when Pandavas were very young, when the Pandavas left, and now Kunti Devi was under the shelter of Dhritarashtra, right? Because Dhritarashtra was the Pandu's brother, so they all were living together. So at that young age only, Pandavas were very smart and very, in the learning, and they were very skillful. And they were also very pious people. They will behave very nicely. So obviously everybody loved them much more than the Kauravas. So therefore, what happened is that Duryodhana was very envious with Bhim, because they are like similar, in the strength and all that. So he was very envious with Bhim. So he, with Dushasana, made a plan that let us give poison to Bhim. So they were like, they went on a picnic, and there they were playing and all those things, and they had a poison. Now Bhim was fed poison that can kill 100 people. That can kill 100 people. So they were all sitting, and then they were eating. Then Duryodhana, everybody eating from the different pots and all those stuff. But then Duryodhana called Dushasana, please bring more food. Obviously, he knew what food to bring for Bhim. He brought food which was mixed with poison. And Duryodhana was feeding with his own hand. Bhim, please eat this. And Bhim, like a very innocent child, he was eating. Oh, this is very tasty, very tasty. He was eating. He did not even, nothing happened to him. Morning till evening, he started getting some dizziness in the evening. And then, what did Duryodhana did that? He threw him in the river, or pond. It was gone. So in that, the Bhim went on the bottom because he was almost dead, right? Almost like unconscious. And when he went, the water current took him to a Nagaloka. So Nagaloka thought, what is this? This is something else has come. So they started attacking the Bhim's body. So Nag are also poisonous, and they were biting Bhim. So what happened? Cancellation over here. Because it became an antidote. Yeah, because when we are bitten by some snake, when you go to the clinic, they will give you the venom only to counteract that. Like that. Like, Brahmastra can be counteracted by Brahmastra only, something like that. So it was like that. So he got antidote and he became again conscious. And he came out. So this is how he was saved. So this is what she's remembering. It is not possible without your intervention in this kind of situation. And he would have died. 100 people could die with that poison. That Bhim ate on alone. Still he was survived. So Kunti Devi is saying, this is not possible. It's because of you, your hand was there. So you think that. Right? Then, now this is which pastime? Somebody can tell. One should beware of the weapon which does not have pointed end or sharp edge. Beware of the weapon that devour anything that comes in its path, but those who hide underground escape. Which particular incident is being narrated in this? This is a very secret language in which Pandavas were instructed by Vidur in this particular word. Anybody knows what is this pastime? Lakshagara, yes. Lakshagara. So, how this incident happened is Lakshagara was, all the Pandavas were saying, hey, Duryodhana told, we have built a very nice palace for all of you. There's a festival coming. Why don't you all stay there? It's very nice. And all that. Now, Vidur somehow came to know that how this particular, Lakshagara is made. It is made of very highly inflammable material. Highly inflammable. In the pillar, they put like karpur, the ghee, and all those things. So, and then they will make it nice like this, so you will not know what is inside. If you have to find out what is inside, nobody knows inside, correct? Same thing was there. And then Vidur spoke to Yudhishthira, saying that one should be beware of the weapon which does not have the sharp edge or a sharp end, like, sword or like that. But beware of the weapon which devour everything that comes in its way. Those who go underground will be escaped, will be saved. So Duryodhana did not understand this language, but they were able to. Yudhishthira was very smart, so he understood. Then they all come to the Lakshagara, and then Yudhishthira tells, this is what uncle told me. Vidur was his uncle, right? So he says, this is what uncle told me. This particular palace is made of highly inflammable material. And the plan is to kill all of us, burn us alive. Then Bhim says, then why wait? We'll just put a fire ourselves, and then we burn it. And we'll escape from here. This is a good idea. So what do? They put to the fire and they escape from. And when Vidur came to know, okay, this is what is being made, he made a secret tunnel already for Pandavas to escape. He made it. He got it made. So in his language, he told Yudhishthira, so they knew where to go, and they went from there. They escaped. Now at the same time, what happened? One drunkard lady came with her 5 children, and they slept in the veranda outside, and they died. They got burnt. So when Duryodhana came to know, when they came in the morning, they saw 5, 6 charred bodies, and they say, oh, maybe they have all died. They were enjoying it. It's all. And Pandava now did not want to go back there, because they knew that now they are anyway going to kill us, right? You won't go to a person who's trying to kill you. So they did not go back to the Hastinapur. And they're living in forest. So this is how Krishna saved. So they are saying that Krishna, you saved. We would have not escaped because of this. You gave us this idea. That's how we saved. Then when they were living in the outskirts of, Hastinapur, in jungle, forest and all that, they were living with one Brahmani. One Brahmani, she was alone. And he had only son. And one day Kunti Devi was there when the Pandavas had gone to beg some food. She and the Brahmani and the son were talking, saying that, mother, today I have to go. And mother says, no, you don't have to go. I will go. I'm old. So anyway, I'm dying. I will go. So Kunti Devi could not answer. What is this matter? Then the Brahmani comes and explains that, in this village, there is a Rakshas called Bakasur. And he's a man-eating Rakshas, man-eater. So he'll eat the people. So he will just come and randomly pick up somebody and all that. So villagers come together and say, don't do this. What we'll do? Once in 15 days, we will send you one cart full of food. Okay? And you can eat all of that. And since you are a man-eater, you can eat those bulls. And you can also eat the person who's driving the cart. So that was the understanding they had. And then that's how every 15 days, one person from one family will go. That's how, whatever your turn is, you go. So today was that Brahmani's family, and he had only son, but she was crying. So Kunti said, no, don't worry. I'll send my son. We are living with you. You are helping us. So it's my duty also to take part in this. He said, no, you don't know. You'll kill. He said, you don't know my sons. I will send Bhim. And Bhim's name is what? Bhim's name is called Brikodar. Everybody know Brikodar. Brikodar means one who has got insatiable hunger. He eats so much. So Bhim got ready. Yes, I will go. And then, all the villagers came and put some food, and the food was ready. Bhim said, no, this is less. Let's put more food. They brought more food, put it on the cart. And they were all, Bhim started going. And Bhim was holding, reins with his left hand and eating with his right hand. And while going in the jungle. And by the time he reached, it all got over. Very few laddus were left, few items were left. And he was eating and barking loudly. So when, the Bakasur came out because of hearing this bark, I was thinking, who is this? And he came out and saw that everything was over. And he is coming and trying to say, who are you? What are you doing? And Bhim was not bothered. He says, get out of this. I am yet to finish my laddus. He's still eating. He's pushing him. After everything was over, then he says, okay, now come. Let's see. He says, how can you eat all this? And Bhim just gave him one punch. And it was finished. And Bhim got very upset. He said, oh, you did not give me a fight also. You died. Come on, I want to fight. After many months, I am getting an opportunity to fight. Please fight with me. And he did not. So Bhim continued to beat him and completely mangled his body. And then he came back. So again, Kunti Devi is saying that Bhim did not have this strength. You give this strength to Krishna. Krishna, you give strength to Bhim. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am the strength of the strong person. He says that. So that's what it is here. That's what Krishna was saying. Then, this incident, we know how Krishna became the sari of Draupadi Devi, right? Everybody is say, I can't, I'm helpless. But Krishna will come and help to those who are in trouble and who completely surrender to him. Not just in trouble. There are so many people in the trouble, including ourselves. We don't realize it, but that's a different thing. But everybody is in trouble. But those who take complete shelter of Krishna will get the protection. Krishna will give intelligence. You can do this, but he will not intervene directly because we have free will. So Krishna saved Draupadi Devi. Then here also Krishna saved in the forest when Durvasa Muni came with 60,000 disciples. Duryodhana sent him. Said, no, Pandavas there, please go and have prasad there, lunch prasad. And Draupadi had finished everything. The Akshaya Patra given by the sun god can manifest food, once in a day. And that was over. Krishna comes and eats just one grain of rice. And he says, okay, everybody is happy. Because once Krishna is satisfied, whole world is satisfied. That's how it is. So again, Krishna saved Pandavas from there. So Kunti Devi is remembering this incident as well. Then during the Kurukshetra war, so many Maharathis were there. So many Maharathis. Everybody were fighting. None of the Pandavas was killed. All of them were escaped. They had superior weapons. Superior weapons. But still they all were saved. So Draupadi is saying, this is also because of you only, Krishna. So she is going into details of these incidents. And then finally she says, you also saved from the Brahmastra which was sent by Ashwasthama. You saved my son and the son which is going to come in future, which is Parikshit Maharaj. So you saved all of this. And because of that, I am very grateful to you. So this is how we can go into detail and thank people. So one thing we can learn from is that devotee is always grateful. We have to be always grateful. Because if we are not grateful, then that's a big problem. We have to be always grateful. Being ungrateful is a very big sin. Very, very big sin. Because a grateful heart cannot appreciate anything in life. An ungrateful heart cannot appreciate anything in life. Very difficult to appreciate. Because they think, I'm doing everything by my own. Oh, it comes in my way. Because I have done something great, that's why I'm getting all this. They become ungrateful. The people who are more egoistic and all that, they are very ungrateful. So therefore, this is what Kunti Devi is teaching us, that how we can become grateful. This we should always remember this point. Okay. Now this is an amazing prayer. Now can we believe after so many trouble that she got, she is saying, let there be calamities. Would we expect or pray that let there be more trouble in our life? Very difficult, isn't it? But this is the prayer, dear devotees. No great sages have done, but Kunti Devi is giving this prayer. Let more calamity come in my life. Why she is saying? Let us recite this verse. Vipada santu tashasvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshamam yatsyat apunar bhava darshanam. You like it? Please.
I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we can no longer see repeated words and words.
So here, she is saying, I want to give more calamity. Why? Then we see Krishna more and more frequently. The help will come. Right? The more sick we fall, 911 can come. We can call more 911, but that is going to charge you more. So we should not fall sick. But here we can pray more. Krishna, let more trouble come. So you will come and help. Now this is a difficult prayer to do, but Kunti Devi is doing this. And she has not gone through small trouble that we would have gone through. Look at the trouble that she has gone through. If you have gone through this trouble, we'll even stop chanting. Think Krishna, there is no Krishna. How can I get so much trouble? Isn't it? Because there is always a question. You see, most of the people ask what question? Why bad thing happen to good people? When somebody is doing bhakti, then they will say, then tell me why bad thing happen to good people? Why devotees suffer? This is the question the people who are not doing bhakti, they will ask. Isn't it? This is the question. So it's very difficult to accept this kind of prayer. Very difficult to digest. But this is very high class prayer. Asking for more trouble means asking for Krishna's presence more and more in our life. Asking for Krishna's intervention in our life. Krishna, please intervene and help me. This is the prayer of Kunti Devi. So Prabhupada put some very nice points in this. So let us read this. Purport. Generally, the distressed, the needy, the intelligent, and the inquisitive who have performed some pious activity, worship, or begin to worship the Lord. So this is again a verse from Bhagavad Gita. See, Prabhupada is giving such a nectar. He's giving so much detail from different scripture to help us understand very easily. So anybody knows what verse this could be? Distressed, needy, intelligent, inquisitive, they worship Krishna. I can give some hint. Chaturvida, something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Chaturvija bhajante maam. Jana sukrutino arjuna. Anto jinna sukhati. Nanicha bharata sharva. Would I read? Please.
Now begin to
Riti. So again, only those who have taken pious activity will go for Krishna. The impious person will not go. Even in this condition, they will not go to Krishna. Even in distress, they will take shelter of liquor and alcohol and drugs and all those things. They will do that. They will not go to Krishna. Only a pious person goes there. So at least this is a good that you are pious, going to Krishna, asking for help with Krishna, not outsider, right? So this is the beginning level of bhakti. That for everything we go to Krishna. I want money, okay, Krishna. I want a promotion, okay, Krishna. Everything we are asking Krishna, which is fine. Instead of going to anybody else, we are going to Krishna, ultimate Father. So which is fine, right? Because Lord Shiva says, in the Bhagavatam it is mentioned that Mukti Pada Sarvesha Vishnur Eva na Sanchaya. Only Vishnu gives liberation, nobody else. Lord Shiva says this. Lord Shiva says Vishnu can give liberation, nobody else can give. And this Prabhupada is quoting this in 3 places. In two times in Bhagavatam, 1 time in Bhagavad Gita. He gives this. So this is important. If you understand that Vishnu, that is Krishna, is the ultimate giver of liberation, then we should just take shelter of Krishna. Right? Okay. Then further it is mentioned, here, one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are accepted as the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of nescience, can achieve liberation as easily as one leaps over the holes made by the hoof of a calf. Again, this is from Bhagavatam in the 10th canto, where it is mentioned that if we take the shelter of the Lord, all the problems of this world, they'll become like a hoof of a calf, that small, puddle kind of thing, very small. Anybody can jump over that. But if you have to cross an ocean, you need a big boat and so many things. But when we take shelter of Krishna, that big ocean will become like a hoof print of a calf. Such a small thing. We can easily cross over that. So therefore, we should take shelter of Krishna. Then Prabhupada says, this material world is certified by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita as a dangerous place full of calamities. So where does he say? He says here, Dukkhalaya Mahashashvatam. Right? This is Dukkhalaya. Means you will only get Dukkha. And Shashvatam or Shashvatam means temporary. It's temporary. And further he says in another verse, Anityam Asukham Lok. Anityam. It is not permanent. Asukham. Dukkha. You will only get dukkha in this. So why we are attached to this world? We should not be. We should try to get something better in life, not attached to what we have. Everybody is trying to better their life, improve their life, absolutely, right? We come here, we live in an apartment, and so okay, let's move to a single family home, then a bigger home, and we are all trying to improve our life. Everybody in the world, devotees included, everybody is trying to improve their lives, but nobody is thinking of getting liberated. Because even if better lives are there in Swargaloka, much bigger houses, much better body, much better food, everything is better in Swargaloka. But that is again still temporary. It's still temporary world. So we should think of going beyond all this. Okay, verse number 26. So who can easily approach Lord? That's a thing which is answered here. So let us read this verse. Janmai Sharva Shuta Sribhir Edamana Madapuma Saivarahitya Vidhatum Vai Kam Akinchana Gocharam.
Translation. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty cannot appropriate with sincere feeling.
Yes. So we have to understand. Kinchan means somebody who has no material attachment, no nothing, very poor person, a kinchan. So Lord, Srila Prabhupada had a very wonderful friend in Vrindavan. His name was Akinchan Das Babaji. Very, very exalted devotees. Devotees in Vrindavan say that in 40 years they have not seen him sleeping. 40 years. Constant chanting, continuous chanting. 40 years he has not seen that devotee sleep. 40 years. So Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji, when he met other devotees, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, he told them that your Gurudev, the kind of Nam Ruchi that he has got, he has not seen in the Gaudiya Vaishnava history. He has got so much nistha on the Nam, means so much faith in the name, in the chanting. And that's how he is so able to spread this holy name worldwide. Because somebody who has got very strong faith, very convinced, he's fully convinced. Only that person can go and spread this level of Krishna consciousness. It is not possible otherwise. So when Prabhupada also says this, in the Jalduta prayers, when Prabhupada is saying, he says, Bhakti nai veda nai nama kubadaro. Because please sing. Bhakti nai veda nai nama kubadaro. Bhakti Vedantana Ebe Sarthaka. So this is the prayer by Srila Prabhupada on a Chalduga. Sharma, can you please read? No devotion. Vedanta means one who has got bhakti and also knowledge of Veda. Prabhupada had both. You can see this purport and how he is quoting verses from different scriptures just like that. So he had both. But he's saying, I have no bhakti, I have no knowledge, no Veda. But what I have, Nama Kubada. I have faith in Nam. If you think that is enough, then you do the Bhakti Vedanta Nam Sati. Then you do the miracle. I'm helpless. So this is the Prabhupada's prayer. This is Prabhupada's prayer. So therefore, we should always take shelter of Krishna all the time. All the time. So here, because Krishna says, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says, Dinere adhika daya kare Bhagavan, Gulina Pandita Dhanira Bara Abhiman. What is he saying? Pujamade, can you please read translation?
Translation. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always favorable to the humble and meek, but aristocrats, learned scholars, and the wealthy are always proud of their privilege.
Hare Krishna. So it's very important. So here Prabhupada puts in prayer. Therefore, the four principles of material advancement, namely high parentage, good health, high education, and attractive beauty, are, so to speak, disqualifications for progress on the path of spiritual advancement. So this is disqualification. Meaning what happens, we are getting distracted by these opulence that comes in our life. Where are the millionaires who are chanting? Where are the billionaires who are chanting? Nobody is doing that. But those who are billionaire and their children have left, they have become great sadhus in our parampara. They have become great sadhus. They have left their life. Their parents are millionaires. Srila Mukunda Prabhu, who was in Switzerland, millionaire family. He left and lived like a very simple sadhu. But he's got bhakti. So this is how it is really. These things are impediments in our bhakti because we get attached to those things so much that we cannot progress. Very difficult. Maya comes in any of these forms. Maya can come in any of, yes. Yes. The great grandson of Henry Ford, Amrish Dasa. So he's taken shelter. So this is how it is. It is very difficult for people who are with power, position, wealth, beauty, knowledge to get shelter of Krishna. Not possible. Not possible. That's why when we are very meek and humble, then Krishna will help us. Because even if you see, like in a home, you have 2, 3 children, right? Who mother will pay attention to? One who is like, who's not doing well, who's sick. And everything is taken, everything is done for that by mother. But if somebody who sells something, okay, you take care, you can do it, and you can dress up yourself. Why you need my help today? I'm taking care of this, my child. Like that, she will tell. Same thing Krishna does. So all the mothers are getting this quality from where? Krishna. Any quality that we see in this world is all coming from Krishna. You have to remember that. So, because what happens when we have this thing, what happens? Prabhupada mentions here. In the Bhagavatam it's mentioned, I and mine, this thing. Janasya moho yaham mameti. Means I and me and mine. This is where people get stuck. And people are not able to make progress. So Prabhupada writes very important point here, devotees. Sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced persons become materially impoverished. Now, this is a statement that sometimes shocks. If I'm advancing, I will become poor. Isn't it? Well, you will become poor by your choice. Krishna will not just take your wealth like that, but you will give it up. You will renounce this. That's what it is. You don't think that, if I become advanced, then my home will go and I will just be under the bridge or something. No, not like that. Krishna will make sure that your taste in enjoying all this will go. Basically, you will become without. So, questions, quiz time. Always there is quiz now, right? So, give me some examples where devotee become materially poor, but they become advanced in spiritual. Sudama was very poor. He was already poor. I mean, yeah, he was poor and he was still remembering God, which is good. But that cannot be very appropriate example for this question. Avanish, any bell rings in your mind?
The Buddha incarnation.
He gave up everything, yes. But he went on to a different path. So we are talking about devotee kind of thing. Huh? So he did not become poor. He got kingdom and all that. I'm talking about the person who really became poor. Means he, huh? No, Shabari was anyway poor. She was living in jungle. That's a different example. We'll take something. But right now we're talking about somebody who took bhakti and he became poor. Or for bhakti he became poor. Or for bhakti he gave up and become poor. No, Mirabai was, it just, Prabhupada, yes, we are missing that. It's like we are sitting under the lamp, and the underneath lamp is there darkness. That's how it is like. Yes, Prabhupada, he became poor. He was cheated, his entire pharmacy was taken away. He was on the road. He had no money. He came to US, he has 40 rupees, which is like $5 at that time. What is $5? You had nothing in $5. We all come with so many, few $1,000s before you come here. Prabhupada came. Yes, Prabhupada. Any other example which comes in mind? We are learning about some. Kunti Devi is praying for his sons. Did they not become poor? Whole kingdom was taken away. They were in jungle, going door to door. Just think that we are having such a good house and tomorrow we are on the road. Will we still believe in Krishna? Still we have faith in Krishna? Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami, all the Goswamis. There's a beautiful verse which is there in Sat Goswami Astakam, where it is displayed that how rich they were. Let us recite this verse. Tyaktva turnam ashesha mandalapati. Tyaktva turnam ashesha mandalapati. Srinim sada tuchava. Bhutva Ganesha ko karunaya. Kaupena kantha shrito. Gopi bhava rasamruta abdilahari. Kallola magno moho. Vande rupa sanatano raghuyugo. Sri Jiva Gopalako. So, Mandalpati means they are like kings of the small places. They had so much money. All Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and all they were millionaires. If in today's condition, they are like millionaires. So much money they had. They gave up everything and wearing only kopin, they were Vrindavan. Can you imagine this kind of austerity? Yes. Who? Yeah, Lord Ram. Immediately he renounced. He said, okay. He was about to become king and he gave up everything. Very nice. Thank you. So no attachment to material thing. Then only we can get bhakti. So here it is mentioned. There it is mentioned. See, look at the highlighted. He says, who kicked off all association of aristocracy as insignificant. They thought this is insignificant in compared to what I'm getting, which is bhakti. So, dear devotees, bhakti is very high. We need to understand the importance and the power and the potency of bhakti. Then this detachment with the material world and enjoying this material life will slowly go away. Otherwise, we'll always want to be riding in both the boats. Can I do this and also have the material life? That's a thought. I want to ride in a nice car, BMW, but I still want to do bhakti. Yeah, you can have that, but we are attached to that BMW. That's the problem. There is nothing wrong in having BMW, Tesla, Mercedes. No problem. Have that car. If you have money, buy it. Use it in service of Krishna. But we get attached to that. We identify ourselves with our possessions. That's the problem. Here they are giving up. They are saying this is tuchha. Is tuchha, insignificant. It has no value. So, therefore, because Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Instruction, introduction, he says, this Krishna conscious movement is riding under the supervision of Sri Rupa Goswami. So, we are all Rupanugas. We are following the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami. Therefore, we should all adopt to these philosophy. Slowly but surely we should go there. That should be our goal. Okay, last verse for today. Already 8:30. Last verse for today. So here, now Krishna's reciprocation with Akinchan Bhaktas and others. So that's what it is. So there's a very important point which is given in the purport. We'll read this and then we'll end the class. Okay. Namo Kinchana Vittaya Nivritta Guna Vrittaye Paramaya Shantaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. Your son could read this? Okay. Can you please read?
My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So in purport, Prabhupada made one very, very important point here, devotees, and that we should understand what it means. Okay, so I'm going to bring that purport here. So Robert, can you please read the highlighted on the first Bhagavatam purport? A servant.
A servant gives up his job for a better job. Similarly, a devotee renounces the material world not for nothing, but for something tangible and spiritual value. Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Dasa Goswami and others give up their worldly pomp and prosperity for the sake of the service of the Lord.
Hare Krishna. So these means, see, we go from one job to another. Everybody would have at least changed one job in their life, minimum, at least one, right? Why? There is a better package, better benefits, promotion, all those things are considered, right? What is that? Improvement in what we are doing with it. So same thing. All the Goswamis, they gave up this material enjoyment, material world, association with aristocratic family, just for achieving something higher. Something higher. But we are jumping within material world. We all are jumping. Okay. From this place to this, from this community to this, from apartment to house, from this car to this car. Like that, we are all in the same, but we are in the same world. We have not gone out of that. But we need to get out of that. That is the message which is coming here. And the only way we can go out of this is by chanting. If wherever we see, I have been listening to so many lectures, and everybody at the end of the class, everything culminates into chanting. Because that is a process in Kali Yuga. If we chant attentively by focusing on Krishna, that 2 hours when we chant, if you are focused 100% on Krishna, then our life can be perfected. In this life, we can go back to God. There's a book called Going Back in by Aniruddha Dasa. He says how we can go back in this life back to God. That's a book. I'll see if I will share. But it's a very nice book. A small book, but he's given the ideas. So Prabhupada always wanted all of us to chant 64 rounds. Right? Yes, but can you please read this purport?
Yeah.
The Krishna
The
consciousness.
Krishna consciousness movement prescribes 16 rounds daily because people in the Western countries cannot concentrate for long periods while chanting on the head base. Therefore, the minimum number of rounds is prescribed. However, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that unless one chants at least 64 rounds of japa, 100,000 names, he is considered fallen, patita, according to his calculations, practically.
So that means if we are not chanting, we all are patita. But that we should not lose hope. Okay, at least we are chanting. Because that's a prescribed round, so that's fine. We should keep that. Okay. But as per Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says, if you're not chanting 64, you are still fallen. Because anytime the Maya can come and attack. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions that I don't accept food from the person who is not chanting 64 rounds. We are offering bhoga after chanting 16 rounds only. And we think Krishna must have taken. That's a hope Prabhupada has given us. So we can go with that hope. But ideally, 64 rounds. Ekadashi is there. Can I chant more? Today is holiday. Can I chant more? Right? Today is a holiday. Oh, let's go for a picnic. No. You think of chanting more. Go for a picnic when required. Of course, that recreation is required. We should do that, especially when we have kids. But beyond that, we should focus more and more and more on chanting. Maybe you can say, let's go to some waterfall and we can chant there. That could be thought. Okay, let's go there. So these kind of things, because this chanting is such a superior and important activity. Very, very important point Prabhupada is making. Because we all want to advance our spiritual life. The advancement can only happen by the quality of japa that we do and how well we serve the Vaishnavas, how we take care of our other devotees around us. These 2 points determine our progress on path of spiritual. These 2 things will determine. Otherwise, what is happening? There are so many devotees who have, because what happens when you become a devotee? You want to learn how to recite the words, how to remember these words. Oh, I want to cook, I want to do this, I want to do this. There is new thing every day happening. But at certain stage, you have done everything. And now you come to a plateau. Oh, now what's new? I'm chanting, I'm reading. It's again same thing. The boredom comes in. And when that boredom comes in, we start losing taste. We start losing taste in japa, in Krishna conscious activity, and slowly we start falling down. There are so many devotees who are initiated, Brahman initiated, and they are not able to chant 16 rounds. They lose taste. So let these kind of days don't come in our life. We should always continue to keep progressing towards Krishna conscious perfection. My Guru Maharaj used to say that because of material attachment and Vaishnava aparad, the devotees fall like raindrops. Devotees fall like raindrops. Just don't think that Maya is very strong. The only way we can keep Maya away is by chanting. If you chant very sincerely, in a Brahma Muhurta, if you wake up and chant very nicely, remembering Radha and Krishna. And now we know how to take darshan, right? From the feet onwards. We can take the darshan on the feet and then go up. And that way we can perfect our life. Kuti is giving all these very beautiful prayers. There are many more to come. We'll read that. But today we'll stop here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment or correction? Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva Paritanam pavarebhyo vaishnavebhyo Ananta Parivarsani ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Gaur ki jai Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Avnish, for joining.